Hey guys, and welcome to this week's Pilates. So I hope you're all having a good week. We get to start lying down for the class. So if you want to come down onto your backs, get comfortable, and we'll get going. So once you're comfortable, I'd just like to take your focus onto your breathing. So we just start by taking those nice deep breaths in and out. So with each deep breath in, we want to draw that breath down towards the stomach, allow it to rise. As you breathe out, just allow it to come back down again. And we'll take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to take those arms overhead. Point into the fingers. And we'll reach out through the whole length of the body. So we'll point the toes, we'll reach the hands as far away from the top of the head as we feel we can. Just making ourselves as long as possible. And we'll focus on those deep breaths as we hold it. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we'll gently relax. And we can release those arms and come out to shoulder height. Now we're just going to bring moving into neck. So drop the head down to go over that right shoulder. We bring it back to the center. And out to the left. So gently just take that head from shoulder to shoulder. Then last time to each shoulder. And we can gently ease the head back to the center. From here we'll bend legs, we'll bring the feet to the floor. And keep those shoulders down, we're going to gently lower the knees to the right. Take them as low to the floor as you can. We'll ease back to the center and out to the left. So just gently take those knees from side to side. Keep the shoulders down as you do. And if it's feeling good, we'll gently add a little extra in, taking that left knee towards the right elbow the next time we drop the knees to the right. Then we can do the same when we drop the knees to the left. Right knee towards the left elbow. If that feels too much, don't worry, just stick with gently dropping those knees from side to side. And one more time to each side. And we'll hold to the center, but we can take hold of the knees, or the shins even, draw the knees in towards us, and we'll bring a little bit of movement into the ankles, just pointing and flexing the feet. Circles into the ankles too. So point and flex the feet, we'll gently circle them one way. We'll change direction and circle the feet back the other. Ease to the center and just let those feet relax. We're going to take the shins parallel to the floor, so the knees are out over the hips, keeping a strong core brace. So we don't want the back to arch away from the ground. We're also trying not to force it to the ground, keeping that nice neutral spine. So keep that strong brace, and we're going to gently lower both feet down to tap the floor. And then back up again. So we're trying to keep those 90-degree bend at the knee. We lower the legs from the hip, so the feet tap the floor, and then we ease back in. Now, if it's too much to lower both, we can just focus on lowering one at a time. But don't just drop the feet down to the floor. We want to keep those legs bent at that 90-degree angle, keeping a strong core brace. Awesome work, guys. So we've got a couple of options where we can make it a little bit more challenging if we want to. Keeping that strong brace, we can extend the legs, taking them low to the floor, and then drawing the knees back in over the hips. Now if we do this, and if you lower and you feel your back arch away, don't lower your legs quite so low to the floor. As you extend them, we can keep them a little bit higher, but keep that strong brace, keep that spine in the neutral position. And again, if this is feeling all right, and you want one more level, we can take the arms up. We can extend the arms overhead, then draw them back in again as we extend the legs. Remember, always just pick the option that feels right for you. If it starts feeling too much at any point, stop, have a little breather. We've got 2 to go. And then we can have a little rest. We can hook the knees in towards us. Then we can release the legs, allow the feet to come down to the floor. We're going to take the fingertips to the temples. We've got our cross crawls. So we're going to crunch up, slide the rib cage down towards the hips. And then we're going to add in a rotation, trying to take the shoulder across towards the opposite knee. Then we'll slowly come back down again. We'll do the same. Go into the other side. Now here, fingertips from temples. We don't want the hands on the back of the head. If we take the hands to the head, we have a temptation to pull with the arms. And that's going to strain the neck. Remember, every time we crunch up, we slide those ribs towards the hips. And then we add in that rotation. We've got 3 to go to each side. Then we can hold to the center. If you want a quick release, you can hug the knees towards the chest. Then when you release the legs, I like to bring the feet back down to the floor. And we want those feet about hip width apart. And we want roughly the heel underneath the knee. Now we're going to take the arms out by our sides, palms and the hands facing the ceiling. We'll squeeze through the back of the to lift the hips as high as we feel we can. And then gently lower back to the floor. And then we're going to repeat. So every time we lift the hips, really thinking about squeezing through the back of the legs, the glutes, taking the hips as high as we can, keeping them nice and level. And then slowly back down to the floor. We're going to hold this next one up. So hold this one at the top. And then from here we're going to go down to halfway and back to the top again. So we're not lowering all the way to the floor this time, we're keeping that top half pulse. Really squeezing through the glutes, the hamstrings. Still breathing. If Give that a nice strong brace to the core as well. Awesome, guys, keep going. Remember to smile, because smiling makes it feel easier. We've got about 20 more seconds of this one. And gently rest. We can lower those hips back to the floor. We can have a little release by hugging the knees in towards us. Now from here we'll take the hands to the back of the thighs, and if you feel comfortable too, we're going to gently rock and roll on the spot. Slowly bring ourselves towards our seated position. Remember, if that doesn't feel comfortable, don't worry, please just gently bring yourself to a seated position. But if we're happy to, we're going to build a little bit of momentum. Then once we feel we've got enough, we can release the thighs and either rock on to our seated position, or if we can, to our squats. But it doesn't matter which one, yeah, tap on my hips. Because from either, I'd like you to come to a kneeling lunge position. So now this next bit is a little bit tricky. It's gonna warrant a little bit of balance, or need a little bit of balance. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drive through the front leg, trying to bring ourselves up to standing. So we might need to shift the weight slightly forwards, but we push through that front leg, coming up to standing. Then we're going to slowly lower back down into our kneeling lunge position. And we're going to repeat that on this side. Now if that feels too much, I just want you to come to a lunge, keeping the back foot down so you don't have the balance involved. Or if that still feels too much, we can go to squats instead. If we can, we're trying to focus on that single leg. So we shift the weight slightly forwards as we come up. It's probably going to find it easier on one side than we do the other. We're just staying on this one side for the moment. And we're trying to push as little as we can to the kneeling leg. One more time on this side. We'll swap the legs over. So bring that other foot forwards. And again, we can either stick with our lunges or go back to squats. If we can, we're going to shift the weight into that front leg. And try and just push up through that leg. Try and not to use the back one. We're trying to keep control on the way down. I lost a little bit of control on that last one. We've got 2 to go. And then we can make our way onto both knees and then onto all fours. And we can have a little release. Push those hips back towards the heels. Now we're going to gently ease up onto all fours. Then Now keeping the hips level, just slowly extend the right leg out behind you. We try and take it parallel to the floor, and we also try not to rotate the hip. And then if we can, we're going to extend the opposite arm too. Now I just want you to hold here. So you have to squeeze through the length of the body, we squeeze through the back of the leg and glute. Trying to keep that nice brace as well, so keep the back flat, we're not punching it or arching it. Like I said, we're not rotating the hip. If it's too much to lift the hand, keep both hands on the floor. Try and keep that back leg nice and straight and parallel to the floor, so we're not lifting it too high because that's going to twist the hips. And then if we can, if we've got the hand lifted, we're going to draw the knee and elbow in towards the chest. If we've only got the leg lifted, we're going to draw the knee as slowly in towards the chest as we can. We can round through the back slightly now. Keep holding it there. And then super slowly extend the arm and leg, or just the leg. We've got that hand still on the floor. And we'll gently ease back to ground. Bring that knee and hand back down if we lifted both. If it's just the leg, just bring the knee back. So we do the same thing on the other side. So we need to extend the left leg back. Taking it parallel to the floor. And again, we're going to keep that strong core brace. If we feel we can, we'll lift the opposite arm as well, so the right arm this side. Then we'll just hold here. So again, we draw the abs in. We squeeze, we try to keep those hips level. Now we're going to slowly draw the knee and elbow in if we can, or if it's just the leg, just the knee in. Draw them as close as you can, hold there. Then we'll slowly extend. Then ease back to the floor. We'll see those hips back towards the heels again. We release the arms out in front of us. And then from here we're going to ease forwards, and then we get to lie down. So we're going to come down onto our fronts. So in a moment, don't start yet though. In a moment, we've got our back extension hold, or slide over hold. So we'll bring the fingertips to the temples, where we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades back, lifting the chest, and we squeeze through the glutes, the hamstrings as well, and we'll hold that position. If that feels okay, we'll add a little extra. We can try and lift the feet off the floor too. And we squeeze through the whole back of the body. Now we're going to hold that for a little bit of time. I won't tell you exactly how long. I'll tell you when we're getting close to finish. We're going to go in 15 seconds time. So we get ready, bring those fingertips to the temples. We're going 5 seconds. So 3, 2, 1, let's lift. So we draw the shoulder blades back and together, we squeeze through the back of the body, and we lift the chest as hard to the floor as we feel we can. Now if it's too much to lift the legs, remember we can lower the feet to the floor again. Or if you can, we're going to squeeze these back legs, lifting the feet off the ground, lift those legs a little bit off the floor as well. Now, as you hold this position, it's important to remember to keep breathing, so take those nice deep breaths in and out. Not short, shallow ones. Nice deep breaths in and out, because that'll make it easier. And again, we want to draw those shoulder blades back, keeping that squeeze to the whole back of the body. We can take the arms out wide if we need to, just release the arms slightly, but keep that squeeze in the shoulder blades. So a couple of other things that make this feel a little bit easier. One is remembering to smile as we do this. Even if that feels really challenging to do at this moment in time, but smiling does make it feel easier, even if it's really just gritting your teeth and thinking about how much you dislike me in this moment in time. That's absolutely fine. I can't hear it, so I won't know. You guys are doing awesome, so keep going. Another thing that helps is taking yourself to your happy place. So it might be a nice sunny beach somewhere. For those of you that live near sunny beaches. But now you guys are doing brilliantly, so keep going. Nice deep breaths in and out. Doing absolutely brilliant. We're doing really well. We're almost there. So keep breathing, keep smiling. Ten seconds. And relax, so we can gently lower to the floor. Now you might feel you want that release again, so if you do, push up onto the knees. Sink back onto the heels. And just release those arms out in front of you. Then we can gently make our way to a seated position. And over here we've got one roll down, so we're going to sit up nice and tall. Take the legs out. And we're going to slowly start to roll down through the spine. Slowly bring ourselves down onto our backs. So we want to try and keep the heels down. We want to keep this movement slow. Try and roll through every part of the spine. If you feel you're going to drop, take the elbows down. Just take your time with it. Try and go slowly down to the floor as you feel you can. Resisting gravity for as long as possible. And then from here, I just want to take your focus onto your breathing. So just take a few nice deep breaths in and out. And so with each one of those deep breaths in again, we're going to just draw it down towards the stomach, allow the stomach to rise. And as you breathe out, just allow the stomach to drop back down. And if you want to, you just take your focus down towards your lower body. Maybe curl the toes down. And just start to squeeze through all the muscles in the lower body, so your calves, your thighs, your glutes. And just squeeze and build the tension into all those muscles. Just hold that tension there. And then on the next breath out, just let go of all that tension. Feel your legs sink that a little bit heavier into the floor. And the feet might just drop out to the sides. And we can do the same thing with the upper body as well. We can clench the hands into fists. And just start to squeeze through all the muscles in the arms, the shoulders, into the back of the neck. We'll squeeze and build that tension. And hold it there. And then on that next exhale, just let go of all that tension in the upper body. Feel your shoulders drop away from your ears. Those arms just sink a little bit heavier into the floor. And we'll slowly bring some awareness back towards the body. So you just gently wiggle the fingers, maybe wiggle the toes. You might even just want to put a few small circles through the wrists and ankles. And then gently in your own time, I'd like you to make your way back to a seated position. So from our seated position, we're going to take a nice deep breath in as we do. Just allow the arms to drift overhead. And as you breathe out at the top, just relax your shoulders and circle the arms back and down. We'll do that one more time, nice deep breath. As you breathe out, relax your shoulders and circle the arms back and down. Awesome work, guys. I hope you enjoyed that one. If you've got any questions, any problems, please let me know. But I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. Take care, and I'll see you very, very soon.